How's it going, YouTube lovers? This is the Eagle Builder Animator, and welcome back to another Bird Brain Theory video. So, this Bird Brain Theory video is actually going to go along with a similar theme of the first one, because I will once again be talking about the Avengers. I saw Infinity War. It came out last week. I've seen it actually twice by now. We'll likely see it many more times, because I quite enjoyed it. The interactions with the characters were really well done. Thanos was actually a much more interesting villain than I ever expected him to be. And oh my goodness, that ending definitely got me. They promised death and destruction in this movie, and they definitely delivered. And they did say, Marvel did say that all deaths are permanent in this movie. But, are they really? Are they really? I don't believe that. Because there is a difference. You can kind of split the deaths in this movie into two different sections. You've got the deaths before the snap, and the deaths after the snap. And I'm going to be looking at here and see why I think I think are actually dead are dead, and why I think one person in particular who may be dead right now could come back in the future. So massive spoiler warning for Infinity War before I go into this, and possibly Avengers 4, because if you stick around there'll be a bit of a bonus theory at the end of this video talking about my predictions for Avengers 4. First we have the pre-snap deaths. Now, four of our main heroes, there's still plenty of other red shirts who died in the Battle of Wakanda, but here are four main heroes who died before Thanos even snapped his fingers. The first one was Heimdall, which is unfortunate because he was a great character, but it's pretty straightforward. He used his final strength to send Hulk away, then Thanos killed him. There really isn't much else to say about him. He is very likely not coming back. His death is permanent. Then even Loki, he's come back before. I mean, he quote-unquote died in Thor 1. He also quote-unquote died in Thor the Dark World. But at this point, Ragnarok did a really good job closing his plot and having him and Thor come to terms with their relationship with each other. It's like, well, we're still brothers, but we're just very different people. And they did a brilliant job with that. Loki is a fan-favorite character. He's definitely one of my favorite Marvel villains, although Thanos was definitely a really good Marvel villain as well. So those two are at the top of my Marvel villain list, so it's a fitting end for Loki. But at least we know Valkyrie was confirmed to be alive, because she was awesome. Hopefully we'll be able to see her in Avengers 4, because I would love to see her come back. But then we're going to do a big time skip here down towards the Battle of Wakanda at the end of it, and Vision, of course, his death is also very likely permanent. I mean, we all saw this coming. He has an Infinity Stone, had an Infinity Stone embedded in his forehead. Sure, he tried to get it out, but not in time, and Thanos ripped it out of his head at the end. So we already knew that this was coming, so he's very likely not coming back. Then there was one other pre-snap death, and that was Gamora. That was probably one of the most shocking deaths of this movie, at least in my opinion, was Gamora when Thanos threw her off the cliff to get the Soul Stone. But I'm not 100% convinced that this one is permanent, and I will get back to that at the end of this video. But it's time to talk about the post-snap deaths. Now this one is rough because so many characters died after Thanos snapped his fingers. I mean, we have Bucky, Groot, Falcon, even Black Panther, Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange, Mantis, Drax, Star-Lord, Spider-Man, and then the post-credits scene shows that Hill and Fury also crumble. But I believe that these deaths are not permanent. I mean, this also includes pretty much half of the universe, billions and trillions of people. But in particular, if you think about it, a number of these heroes have sequels coming up. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 has been confirmed, and I'll talk about that a little bit more when I get to Gamora. Spider-Man Homecoming has been confirmed to get a sequel. That has also been confirmed to be set after Avengers 4 and deal with how Peter is adjusting to the aftermath of the war with Thanos. So that pretty much confirms that he's gonna live. And then, of course, Black Panther 2. I mean, come on. They just brought this guy in and now they're suddenly gonna kill him off? I don't think so. Not for a minute. So these characters are very likely to come back. I mean, some of these characters could still die in some way in Avengers 4 during the final confrontation with Thanos, but the snap isn't going to be what kills them, not by a long shot. And then we come to Gamora. Now this is probably the most talked about death other than Spider-Man's, because his was just heartbreaking. But then we have Gamora, because her death is interesting, as it's the only one that I believe, only pre-snap death, that actually has a chance of being reversed. Because when they're on Vormir, Red Skull told them that the Soul Stone had to accept a sacrifice, and it was a soul for a soul. It was a trade. And in the comics, the Soul Stone actually held a pocket world inside of it, and it kept other souls in there. And we actually seem to have a hint of this in Infinity War. After Thanos snaps his fingers, we see him wake up in an orange-tinted world with little Gamora there. So there is a high chance that she is still in there and that they'll be able to get her out. Because, I mean, James Gunn has already confirmed that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will have Gamora taking a large role in the plot. And while that could mean that she's just the motivating factor after her death, or it's set before Infinity War and she'll just have a large role in that, both of those types seem very depressing, because we absolutely love these characters, they're a family, and you just ripped part of it out. But we also need to consider what exactly Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will be about, and that they've already confirmed that Adam Warlock will be showing up there. And in the comics, he has the Soul Stone embedded in his forehead like Vision had the Mind Stone in his forehead. And so we know that Adam Warlock will be in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and so I wonder if the Soul Stone will still be around and playing a major role in that movie in the aftermath of Avengers 4. And maybe Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will have to do with some kind of quest to bring Gamora back and reunite this family of misfits one last time before their story is put to a close. So I think that that is a big possibility for Gamora showing back up either in Avengers 4 or in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. One of those two, I am strong in my belief that she will come back. Now here's your bonus theory for you. It also actually has to do with death. Is Thanos. Because there are a couple of throwaway lines in Infinity War that seem to have a possible larger impact on Avengers 4 if you actually think about it. First one is when Thor tries to kill Thanos at the end of the Battle of Wakanda, but before snapping his fingers, Thanos tells him,
"You should have gone for the head."
Now this just could be typical villain mocking the superhero, but I think not. This could be teasing how Thanos will meet his end in Avengers 4. That he'll have some kind of injury to the head, or he loses his head. Something to do with his head will be how he is defeated in Avengers 4. And there's a little bit more going detailed about his end, is when he's fighting Stark on the battle on Titan. Stark manages to pummel the crud out of him, and he actually manages to get a small cut on Thanos' face. And Thanos, in response, says,
"All that for a drop of blood."
Now that line was too focused on to not have some kind of role in the sequel. I mean, we already know that Stark is very much a scientific genius. Not as much as Shuri, but he is one of the smartest people in the MCU. And there is a very good chance that he took that blood on purpose so that he could find a way, by analyzing it, how Thanos could be finally defeated for some kind of weakness he has in Avengers 4. And who is left with Stark on Titan after the snap? Nebula. And we actually hear Thanos say earlier, when Nebula first makes an appearance in the movie, that she snuck on board and she nearly killed him. So does this mean that she's going to be the one who actually defeats Thanos in Avengers 4? And like I said, she is with Stark on Titan, and Stark has Thanos' blood, so there is a very good chance that these two will be able to work together to find a way to defeat Thanos once and for all, and put the universe back the way it was supposed to be. So a quick recap of my theory before I go. Basically, every pre-snap death except for Gamora is very likely to be permanent, and all the post-snap deaths are very likely to be undone in Avengers 4. Gamora, she's in a weird iffy category, but I believe that she has a high chance of returning either in Avengers 4, and if not then, in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Also, there were a couple lines from Thanos that could tease how he will be defeated in Avengers 4, such as going for the head, how he lost a drop of blood, and how Nebula almost killed him. So, this is all speculation. Infinity War just came out, and Avengers 4 doesn't come out till May 3rd, 2019. Oh, gosh, the wait's going to be so hard. But at least we have Ant-Man and Captain Marvel in the meantime to satisfy our Marvel needs. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun putting this together, and oh my goodness, Infinity War was much better than I expected it to be. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Please drop a like down below if you did, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you all on the next one. Bye, guys! Wait, hold on. I actually want to check something real fast. If I pull up my phone here, I go to didthanoskill.me. I mean, I likely survived. I mean, come on, I'm still here. What? No. No, guys. I don't want to go.